Regardless, gang, I'm back with another video, and in today's video I have another prophetic word for y'all. And today's prophetic word is, you are not their slave. And what I'm getting here now is it's like family related. Like, it could be a friend that you consider family, or somebody that you see like a mother, a father, a sister, a brother. It doesn't have to be blood related. There's a lot of people going through hardships within the family dynamic, and you feel as though you're trying to do everything within your power to satisfy these people, but it just seems like nothing that you do will amount to whatever their perception of you is. You're just asking yourself, when is enough enough? Like, is this what life is really about? You've been going through your whole life just being used and abused, and just being treated unfairly, and feeling unworthy of people who are the closest to you, blood related, or people who have taken you under their wings. You want to deny who they really are, but it's clear as day to see who these people are. And that's another thing. God is exposing a lot of people for who they really are. Like, you're starting to see people's true colors. You're starting to see people for who they are. You're starting to see a lot of things and a lot of red flags that you haven't really put into consideration. You're starting to see a lot of things, and God is allowing you to see these things because of the fact that he needs you to let go and let God. He needs you to cut these people off. And the thing about it is, it's not easy. You cannot be a slave to these people's emotion. The only reason why you're doing whatever they want you to do is because you want that validation, you want that adoration, you want that love from them, because they're someone close to you. You've grown up with them, and you don't want them to view you as they view you, and this is why you're trying so hard to be who they want you to be. But God says, let go and let God, and let him do the rest. Let him do what he has to do. And like I always say, this is my favorite word: damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? So that's really what it boils down to. And this is driving you crazy. This is driving you like insane in a sense, because you're looking out for them, but they're not looking out for you. And you're the one who's giving and giving and giving. And what God is putting in my spirit right now is that you are the giver, right? But God is sending people to give into your spirit, pour into your soul, pour into your joy. These people have been treating you like total crap. These people have been treating you like you're nothing, like you don't do anything, you're not good enough. Like, these people feel like they can use and abuse you. And like I said, like God exposing and all of that, you're coming to find that these people are actually abusing you. And it doesn't have to be in a physical type of sense, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like, they're literally draining you, and they're making you feel like all these feelings that are affecting your relationship with God, are affecting you, your emotions, your mental health. Like, you're probably getting depressed and feeling all these feelings that don't come from God. And that's why he's telling you to cut these people off, to not speak to them, because then the cycle will continue. It's like these people are continuously arguing with you, making you feel like you're the bad guy. These people are very selfish, like, and they're very self-centered. They only think about their feelings and what they're feeling. Like, they don't really take your feelings into consideration. If their feelings are like not being validated, then they don't care. Like, they just want you always to be at the forefront saying, I'm sorry. They just want to always drag you through the mud. Like, they don't care about your feelings. And it's making you feel some type of way, because you've seen this person for who they were before, but now it's hitting you really hard that this person is the person that they are. And really what came to mind was Cinderella. She was treated very badly. She was a very sweet, kind, genuine person. Her stepmother and her sisters were very rude to her. Like, they treated her like she was nothing, like she didn't do nothing for them, like she was treated like a slave, like she was treated like they didn't have any empathy or sympathy for her. Like, they treated her like she was just this person that was a maid or something. Like, they didn't really treat her with any respect, and that's basically how it is for you. And that's the analogy that God gave me, Cinderella. You're basically feeling like you're trapped, and you're basically feeling like you're in a jail cell where you have nowhere to go, no escape. You know, you don't have any friends, you don't have any family, you don't have any resources of that sort to back up on. You don't have you know, those type of things. You're probably not financially stable. You probably don't have a job. You're probably young, you know. But um what I'm hearing right now is, you know, David, the book of Psalms, is very good. And every story of the Bible is very good, but you know, specifically Psalms, when David was crying out, he was like crying out to God and just telling him, like, you know, deliver me from these people who, you know, don't even know me, who are against me, or, you know, whatever the case may be. He was crying out, and God heard his cries. And that's the thing, that some people are feeling like God is not hearing them, and not seeing their situation, but God is hearing you, and he's seeing your situation. God orchestrates a lot of things, you know. He knows when the perfect timing is. He knows that you are going through a lot, but he also knows that if he was to give you whatever you wanted or needed, that it wouldn't correlate with your purpose. You get what I'm saying? So he's trying to be strategic about things, you know. He won't give you something that you cannot bear, you know. Like, if you're still in a situation where people are saying this or saying that, you know, he's not gonna automatically move you, because of the fact that, you know, he probably wants you to get that strength. And it's crazy to say, because it's like, but they're saying this and they're saying that, and it's really hurting me. And um yes, but you have the strength, not to say to validate them or to like swipe it under the rug, but more so learn and grow, because the world is cruel out here. I feel like if a lot of us weren't going through the things that we have gone through or going through, I feel like we wouldn't be the people that we are today. So in a way, the hardships are hard, but it teaches us something greater than us, something greater than our feelings, because I feel like our feelings are valid, but it comes a point where we just have to be logical about things. And you know, the world outside of, you know, reality is not so nice. You know, this world is not so nice, so we have to build up that armor. We have to build up that character in order to be strong and happy and joyful and peaceful, because then we'll know that no matter what attacks us or what tries to bring us down, kill, steal, and destroy us, that we're still gonna rise above from it. And I think that's basically what he's trying to show us here now, and within our situations, whether it's a friend dynamic, a relationship dynamic. But in this case scenario is a family dynamic, you know. So in the Cinderella story, she had a fairy godmother, and the fairy godmother did a lot of things for her. In real life, that's an angel, you know. Like, our angel guides us, you know, our angel does a lot of things for us, and we tend to see the bad side of things instead of the good side of things, you know. Like, we forget that we have an angel protecting us, because I feel like sometimes we think that the bad overrides the good, but we don't really see the good, because, you know, when the bad comes, it just comes. Like, it doesn't come with how can I say it, with a warning. It just comes. So yeah, she was treated unfairly. She was treated like she was unwanted. She was treated like she was unworthy of being around them. And that's how a lot of y'all are feeling. And you know, she still kept her posture. She still kept that warmth in her heart. She still maintain her person. And that's basically what I'm saying right now. Just keep your cool, you know, be calm, cool, and collected, because at the end of the day, it's all just a process. You surely will rise above it, and you know, go to greater places and higher places, because you know, that's basically what happened to Cinderella. She ran across the prince, and you know, the prince doesn't necessarily have to be a man in this case scenario, in the reality case scenario, but it could be like a friend, or you know, somebody that God sends in your life, um is never gonna give up on you. Because the prince, he noticed that Cinderella dropped her slipper, right? And then he did everything to get to her, you know, like he wanted to see who could fit the slipper, because it was only one person that could fit. Like, now that I'm revisiting it, I feel like the prince is God in this situation, because he's gonna do everything, whether you fall out of faith or whatever the case may be. He's gonna do everything in his will to show to you and prove to you that he is God, and he is your God, and he's gonna do what he has to do in order to take you out of the situations that you are facing. This analogy is very beautiful and is very telling of like what he plans to do in your life. Life is not only about suffering and about bad decisions and mistakes and all of that. Like, life is more, you know, there's more to life than being miserable and, you know, being stuck in a phase that you feel like you're not going anywhere. A lot of people have been just being toxic, you know, and just you feeling unsettled. Even if something good was to happen, you still feel unsettled around these people, because the thing is, God is trying to let you know that this is not the place that you need to be. You know, this is not where your permanent place is to be. A lot of us are going to be moving. A lot of us are going to be um, doing things that we never thought that we would do. And um, really what he's saying is, don't look at the situation, but just trust him. And there has been a lot of words that have been saying the same thing that I've been feeling in my spirit. I've just been kind of suppressing it, because I didn't really know. Through the confirmations and through the videos, I'm seeing that he's also talking to me, so I feel like I have to put my 2 cents in, you know what I'm saying, and what he's um downloading in my spirit and giving me as well. So I guess in a way I wasn't obedient to, you know, the word, because he's been giving me this word a month ago. I just moved in this apartment with my family, and you know, I felt like it was gonna be better, but I just had this unsettlement, and I just felt like I had no peace, you know, and everything was good for a few days, but then boom, arguments, all of that, and it was just like so bad. And then, you know, one day I had a dream. It was of me with my bed frame. You know, I was just looking at it, thinking like, how am I gonna unscrew all of this? Because when I was back at the other apartment, it was very hard to unscrew all of this. You know, it was very hard to take it down and all of that. And you know, in the dream I had just gotten in this apartment, and then I'm just looking at it, because I basically screwed it back all together again in this room, right? And then I'm just looking at it, because I'm just like, dang, I gotta unscrew all of this again, because like in the dream I knew I was gonna move. That's basically what God is saying, is that he's gonna move a lot of us, move us in a direction that is like advancing, you know, where we could succeed in our emotional life, in our mental life, in our spiritual life. Because the thing about it is that, believe it or not, these things are clashing in with our spiritual relationship with God. Like, a lot of us are getting depressed and sad because of the fact that we just feel like, you know, nobody's listening, nobody's paying attention. And like, yes, it hurts, but you just have to accept it for what it is, because I feel like accepting it is a part of freeing yourself, you know. And you have gotten a lot of prophetic words, you know, you've seen the thumbnails and like the titles, and you knew that it could have resonated with you, but you just didn't want to hear the truth. You just weren't ready to hear what it was that God is saying. And I know I'm speaking to somebody right now, because it's hard to know the truth, you know. It's hard because then you have to face the reality of things, and that's basically what I'm saying. Like, you just have to accept it, because then in a sense you'll feel free. You'll feel a knowing that you haven't really known before, and you'll just let go and let God, basically, because situations like this is like very saddening. It's just a lot to handle, because you're probably not ready to let go of the things that you know have comforted you. But you just gotta do what you gotta do, and just trust that God is gonna do it, you know. And what I'm hearing right now is just pray for faith. Pray that you could have that trust in God. Pray that you know who your God is, because a lot of us are going through periods and seasons where we're just like, so how is this gonna come about if I don't have no friends or family or money or a job to back up on? You know, like, I don't have any resources to back up on, you know. And God is gonna handle all of that. You know, He's gonna make a way, as He always does. You know, this is not the first time that we have gone through something that He hasn't come through. You know, He always comes through. So for us to underestimate God like that is just like, God is gonna prove you 100 times that He is the God of Israel, that He is the God of all of this, you know. And in this point in season, God is doing a lot for us, and you know, this is the season where, you know, enough is enough, and that we're no longer gonna be treated like we're nothing. We're no longer gonna be treated like we're just an option, or whatever the case may be. Like, we're just liabilities, or you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna be treated more than that. Like, we're gonna be treated like human beings that are loved, that are worthy, created everything, and you know, didn't take Him that long to create everything. So with that being said, if He could do all of that, what makes you think He can't change your life in a hot second? You know, like, He could do it all. So that's why I'm saying, like, we cannot ever underestimate God, because one day we could be having the worst day of our lives, and then the next day we come to find out that something amazing, something wonderful, something marvelous, spectacular has happened to us. He knows your life from the beginning to the end, so it's not like, you know, you can't really trust Him. Like, you can't. He gave me John 4:44, which says, "For Jesus Himself testified that a prophet hath no honor in his own country." And like, this could really just mean that you have no honor in your household, you have no honor within your friend group, you have no honor within your relationship, like stuff like that, you know. But more so is that you have no honor in your like city, town, or whatever. And this is why he's doing what He's doing. You know, He's just playing it strategic, because He doesn't want nothing to come about that. Like, He doesn't want nothing to clash with it. He wants this to be basically perfect for you, because He has seen you suffer. He has seen you go through what you have gone through. He has seen your rejections, and you know, people manipulating and gaslighting you in that type of sense, you know. And now you're seeing things for what it is, and this is the moment that He's been waiting for. Maybe that's why, you know, things haven't came about, because He was waiting for you, you know. And that's the thing, when we feel like God is not working on our behalf, He's just really waiting for us to, you know, notice something, learn something, or get everything in order with our lives, because He can't do that if we aren't in line with His will. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why people say you can't love somebody if you don't love yourself, and that is so true. You know, you can't do something that God has called you to do if you're not already doing it. Like, if you're not already in sync with it. God loves us all, you know, and He wants your family to be saved. He wants everyone to be saved. But if they're not giving themselves that time and that quiet space and all of that, then he can't really do nothing for them, you know. And this is why he is moving you. He is doing all of these things for you, and you might not be able to see it, but you're gonna come back here and give your testimony, you know, because with your testimony, God does wondrous things. You know, he does marvelous things with your testimony. Like, if you see celebrities, right, like, they're so big because of their testimonies, you know, like what they have been through, because of the fact that, you know, they have grown up poor or abused or um rejected, you know, because people could relate, people could learn, people could grow. God is going to orchestrate you to be on the top and be famous and be all of this because of the fact that you have been the black sheep all this time. But, you know, like I said previously, the first shall become last and the last shall become first, and that is stamped in the Bible. That is stamped. So, yes, guys, that's really all I have for today. You know, just keep praying, keep supplicating to God your feelings, and keep expressing, and keep, you know, doing all of that, because at the end of the day, he's gonna hear you, he's gonna listen, and he's gonna deliver you, just like he did for Esther, just like he did for David, just like he did for Moses, just like he did for everyone in the Bible. God has seen enough, you know. He has seen your feelings hurt. He has seen all of that. He doesn't want it to continuously happen to the point where you're losing yourself because of people who are angry with themselves, like, and lashing it out on you. But yeah, guys, always go to God. Always check with him. See if this word is for you. Always spend that time with God. Spend that time alone with him to be renewed, to be refreshed. Because us prophets, we're just servants of God, doing what we have to do, giving the word or whatever the case may be. And like, subscribe, and comment, because why not? And like I always say, stay real, be real, and stay the realest, because once you are the realest, you cannot go back to the lies. So I'm gonna catch y'all until next time.